Yo, Mikey, hit that. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Today we are covering the IDW Tmnt run again because y'all really liked the last video I dropped. I'm not gonna lie, I was flattered. Like, y'all was over here telling my son, can you please cover it more? Absolutely I can. Absolutely I can. And because I rock with you, because I like you, we're doing more. So today we're going to be talking about issue 4 and 5, continuing Donnie's story, and a little bit more extra world building, you could say, and more answers to our questions. But before we get there, hold it. Let me quickly address a mistake that I made. If you did watch the last video and you are interested in continuing the story, please listen to this. Okay. So for those of you guys that either know or don't know, IDW is a comic book company, and this is not their first time making TMNT comics. They've been making TMNT for a long while now, and they had an extremely long run of TMNT comics that lasted 150 issues. Throughout the months, they were just dropping the comics like they're doing with this one. Thing is, I was under the impression this new run is a totally new, brand new, refresh, restart, but no. This is connected to the other TMNT run, the other 150. So, however, it is a fresh start. It is also not a fresh start. So I want that to be known. All the things that have happened in the past IDW comics happened here. This is the same universe. I was not under the impression that that was a thing. Some of y'all let me know, so I appreciate y'all for like reaching out about that. I was like, because I was a little bit confused. I thought it a little bit, but I wasn't 100% sure. We know now, and those comics are amazing if you're interested in checking them out, just so you know. But continuing with where we left off with Leo, Mikey, and Raph saying they need to go get Donnie. Now, what's going on with Donnie? So, Donnie's traveling on his lonesome out in this, like, country road, right? And he's over here talking about how his brothers all left, right? And he really didn't know what to do. So, he just kind of was on his own. He really didn't know what was going on. He didn't know what to do. He's just kind of out here. And he's traveling, and then he sees a truck. Now, I don't know how he happens to find this, because, like, this is just pretty random, but he sees a truck with mutants in it. Now that we know that this is a part of the other IDW universe, mutants are a much more prominent people in this universe. There's a whole mutant town. They exist. They very much exist. Humans are aware of it. So Donnie sees this truck with mutants in there locked up, and he's like, yo, I'm a mutant, I ain't letting that slide. Which, I mean, like, he's a Ninja Turtle, so it's kind of his duty for real, right? So he's like, yo, don't worry, I'm gonna get y'all out. Incorrect. That boy gets a syringe straight to the neck bone. I'm talking straight to the neck bone. That boy gets kidnapped. He just like the other mutants, locked up. So eventually, you know, they show us where Donnie was taken, and that boy is in a cage. Who would have guessed it? So basically, these dudes took Donnie and the other mutants to this enclosed area where hunters go to fight mutants. Bro, motherfuckers just be doing shit at this point. I'm convinced, because, like, why are you doing that? Anyways, Donnie's like a little bit of a little legend there, because, like, he's a Ninja Turtle, so he's out here really squabbling with him, and he's keeping the other mutants safe because they don't have to squabble, and you know they don't got the squabbles. So that boy Donnie out here boxing it up, and then this one dude pulls up. He's a hunter. He's like, yo, you the one I heard about? Let's run it. And this is where we get the reveal that Donnie is built like Slenderman. That boy's built like Baldy off Baldy's Basics. It's nasty work. It's nasty work. That boy is so skinny. Now, I really don't know what happened to bro for him to be like this. I guess because he's like locked up in a cage, or I don't know if he was like this before when he was out on his own. But bro got cooked somehow, some way. He looked nasty. He looked like a number 2 pencil a little bit in the arms. So after Donnie packs dude up, he just goes back in his cage. Now, yes, Donnie is planning on escaping, but as of right now, this is just kind of his movement. So it's late night, lights out, and Donnie is talking to himself. And the other mutants are like, yo, are you good? We've heard you talk to yourself a few times here and there. And I don't know if y'all really connected these dots yet, but his marbles really ain't there. He kind of a little bit cuckoo in the head. Free Donnie, bruh. Free that boy Donnie. I just gotta say that. I already covered videos on this channel before about crazy things happening to bro. Free that boy Donnie. But basically, he's talking to this rat, and he thinks like he's talking to Splinter or something. As of right now in this universe, Splinter is sadly deceased, and Donnie's tripping, and he, for some reason, really wants like Splinter to be back. Which, I mean, I get why he wants him to be back, but he's tweaking about it. He's tripping about it. Which, like I said, he lost his marble, so I guess we can't really blame the guy. Anyways, he wakes up the next morning to the nastiest display he has ever seen in his entire life. Every single hunter he has seen from the past pulls up on him. I mean, bro, we got this nasty ass fake Mr. Fantastic, Kenny from The Walking Dead, Luke Cage in the background. We got dude from Black Ops Zombies. Bro, we got everybody in the cut. And they're all about to get packed up. Or at least that's what you think. See, they kind of came out the gate swinging with the squabbles. And, you know, that boy Donnie's a little bit fragile. You know, he's kind of not really built like that. But that doesn't really stop him from at least trying. Because that boy gets his head bashed in. And they're all jumping. And it's pretty bad. He's getting murked. But then he locks in Ninja Turtle style and starts packing them up. So you know what? Good shit on Donnie's part. Anyways, he packs all of them up and he starts escaping, heading towards the gate, right? So then he goes, he boxes the 2 security guards, and then he hops on the computer to open the doors. However, what's waiting for him on the other side is the Foot. The D1 haters. The greatest haters ever known to our generation. So they start coming at Donnie crazy because why not? And they don't care about the casualties. They don't care about the other hunters or the security guards. And Donnie right here says, even though they're trying to kill me, the hunters, he has to protect them because he still has a piece of his old self in him, which is just kind of fire because like that's some real Donnie activity. I feel like there's a few turtles that wouldn't be about that action, but I feel like Donnie would. And we gotta respect that. So, you know, he's squabbling. There's some fire scenes. And then we get to see the rest of the turtles all running in to try and get Donnie and find him and rescue him. And of course, they're beefing. They're over here talking about, Leo, just because we're all together again, that doesn't mean we're a team. Don't boss me around, this and that. You know, the casual beef that they always have. And then they find Donnie. And they see that he's looking a little bit freaky. A little bit freaky. So they get a little bit concerned. And, you know, they're kind of like, bro, are you cool? And then he has a dead rat on his shoulder. And he said, Master Splinter is back. Which they all just kind of sit there with the exact same reaction I just had. And they're like, bro, you're tripping. What happened? And then we cut to New York for a split second where we see this dude in a suit talking about we need to put an end to mutants. And he's talking to none other than the Foot. And he's just ranting, bro. And that's what we get until issue 5. So issue 5 opens up with dude that we just saw at the end of issue 4, to which we find out he is District Attorney Hale, right? So he's walking through this mob of people with, keep this in mind, Foot Ninja cops. Motherfucker, are you serious? Are we really doing this right now, cut? Are we really doing this? So, you know, he's walking, and the mob is a little bit angry. You know, they're all kind of like, they're rioting a little bit. Probably because of the foot. I really don't know why. But, you know, they're tripping. And then he starts going on this huge, long monologue about how nobody understands him. He says when he was in high school, he was just a loner, right? He didn't get bullied. He had no friends. Just nobody knew that he was there. Nobody knew that he existed. He even said he wished he would have gotten bullied so it would have felt like he existed. He says it felt like he was invisible, right? And then it flashes back to the foot actively attacking the mob of people with like smoke bomb arrows. They're going stupid. So then it goes back to his monologue, and he's talking about how, you know, he had to lock in, do all this stuff, become the best at what he does in his job. And then he just was firing people. He was hot as hell. But the one people, are we really doing this right now? The only people that he really messed with were his parents. They were the only people that really showed him love and treated him with respect. At least that was until they got murked, my boy. They got bodied. They got decimated. They got tore up by a mutant. Yes, a mutant. It flashes forward to a scene of him at a bar, and he's talking about how a mutant killed his parents. Now you see why he's a little bit salty about mutants. The only people that he really had in his life that he felt like cared about him died by some mutants. So he's talking crazy about them actively at the bar, and none other than Bebop and Rocksteady pull up behind him. And they're like, bro, what you talking about? So they grab him and they throw him out of the bar, right? And he's like under the impression that they're trying to kill him. Until he falls, trips, looks up, and sees Karai. There we have it. There is the answer to our questions. What was going on with the foot? Who was leading it? This and that. Karai. Now that was obviously like the number one theory. It's not really that crazy, but I'm glad we have that answer. I'm very happy. Basically, she tells him she knows who he is. She knows what he's about, right? And then she says, I know a mutant killed your parents. And she pulls the very mutant that did it up out of nowhere. And then she throws like this spiked club down in the middle of both of them. And she says, all right, there you go. Y'all two squabble. Hale, you want this, right? You really want this? And the boy Hale, he's like, I don't know. And then, you know, a little bit more persuading by Karai and whatnot. And he's like, all right, screw it. So they both run to it. He picks it up. He's about to bash the mutant's head in with it. And then Karai stops him. And I guess it was just a test. And she was like, yo, you really with the shits? We mess with it. We really mess with it. So she's like, I see it. And then she tells him she wants him to run for district attorney. That's what her goal was. And he has no choice but to say yes, because she just recorded everything that happened. Bro, that's a new level of blackmail. That's a new level of blackmail. So obviously he accepts the offer. Now flash forward back to the mob, which is present day. That boy Casey pulls up and he starts laying waste to these buffoon ninja cops. I don't know, bro. They're goofy. So he starts boxing him. So then Casey goes inside of the building and he starts pressing Hale. He's like, bro, you weak. You sorry. Where's Karai at? You over here doing dirty work, grunt work. Where the boss at? And Hale's over here basically talking about, bro, I don't even know. I have no idea. I'm just doing what I'm doing. She the boss for real. I'm just running what I'm running. I was told to get the turtles. That's what I'm doing. Right? And then he does the same thing Karai did to him. He throws the spiked club down in front of him and Casey, and he really says to Casey, yo, let's run it. Now, we all know, right? Casey's with the squabbles. Casey's nice like that. He's out here fighting ninja with sports gear. Okay, he's really nice. So we know that this isn't going to turn out in Hale's favor, which that boy knows too. But wait, before we get there, it flashes back and Hale is thinking about all the things that he's done. After he joined with Karai, it shows that he won the office by his opponent dropping out. And then the mutant that killed his parents, he did end up proceeding to actually bash dude's head in with the spiked club. So then, it goes back to him and Casey obviously grabbed the spiked club, he's charging at him, and Hale pulls out a stick and breaks him. Bro, come on now. And all he has to say for this is, my name is Hieronymus Hale. Motherfucker, I don't care what your name is. Oh, bitch ass, do I really slap this? I'm sorry, y'all. Do I look like I care about Hieronymus Hale? Hieronymus Hale? Do I look like I... But there y'all have it. That is issue 4 and 5, continuing off from that. I don't know if I'm gonna keep going with this. I might only like pop in when like interesting things happen. I'm definitely 100% gonna be reading this whole comic, each issue that drops. But I don't know if I'm gonna cover every single issue back to back to back. I just did it at first because it's a new TMNT, right? And then this video, a follow-up. We didn't get Donnie's story, and you know, this is just more lore into the world. I think what I'm gonna do is, if y'all genuinely do enjoy this video, I'm probably gonna read the comic. When interesting things happen, I'll make videos continuing, but I won't do it every single issue. I'll just get the bits and pieces, and I'm still working on doing voiceovers for this comic. So if y'all are interested in that, it's gonna be here. We're gonna get issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, issue 5, and whatever the other issues come out. With all that being said though, y'all have reached the end of the video, which I appreciate you for watching, by the way. You are great. I have a second channel where I do like reactions to music, this and that. It's not just music. I try not to laugh. This just more me based, less comics, gaming, things like that. But also I have a gaming channel. I have with my friend. We don't really upload too much, but there's videos on there. Peep it. And I have a Discord server, link in the description. But with all that being said, I appreciate y'all watching, and I will catch you next time. Peace.